Hi, how are you doing tonight? It is 3:13 in the morning. Um, Again, a late start on my video, but it was crazy tonight. Me and my brother and my next door neighbor Jeremy and his friend Chris, they came over and we started playing this game that Jeremy wanted to play. It was called Guess That Movie. And we drew pictures of what a movie title would be. Like I drew, a picture of Romeo and Juliet. You know, I drew that. How I drew that, I drew a stick figure of a girl and a stick figure of a guy, and I put "and" in the middle of them, and then I put a star in the middle of a cross, and I put a heart. Star-crossed lovers. It's pretty simple, but it cracks me up just to even think about trying to tell you guys this, but my friend Jeremy got us all cracking up because, see, he wanted us to try and guess the movie Pinocchio, but I'm going to show you his drawing. Hopefully, it'll come up. Okay? Okay, we've got the pin oak tree, E-O, Pinocchio, but what does that look like? Does not look like no safety pin, does it? We were cracking up about that for at least 2 hours straight. I mean, every single time somebody said safety or pin, we started cracking up. It was just hilarious. It was a good night, a very good night. Nothing really happened today. I mean, we tried to have a yard sale today, but that didn't work out. So, I hung out with Steven, my brother, and his girlfriend Marina today, and then my brother's reenacting Betty Henry and his wife came over. They're cool. They're really cool. And then Jeremy came over again. Well, first time today. Then me and my mom watched Shrek 2, which is totally hilarious. She has never seen all the Shreks yet, so she wants to see those. Let's see what else happened today. My mom's friend Joy came over. That was good. Okay, well, I told you last night that I was going to give you a story lesson, basically on how to write, how my process is on writing stories. When I get a story idea, I automatically write down my idea, like, you know, anything. Like, I have an example right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. But up here at the top, it's got the title and Wicked Secrets. That's going to be hopefully one of my first novels, okay? Nobody steal it, because then I'll be mad. But, the first thing that I like to do is I like to write out an outline. The name of the book, um, where it's going to be, the location, um, and the characters. The characters are really, really important. Duh. Um, but my main ones that I focus on are the main ones, the girl and the guy, because I write romance novels. Okay? So what I like to try and do is that I like to keep the girl character, the main girl character, as similar to me as possible. Because how can you write about a character if you cannot relate to him? So, and I also like to give my characters like strong names, I don't know, just whatever name you would think a strong person could have. Um, there's so many books out there that I like to read. But anyways, keep the characters as similar to you as possible, but also give them kind of a different personality, but keeping it more towards you. That's why I like a lot of my characters in my books um, are like me. Very outspoken and guy crazy and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. Um, and plus, I also like to write out a summary of what my book is going to be like. So that way, when I go to write them, I have something. So that way I'm just going to go, is this going to go right or is that going to go right? No, I already have my outline. I have all my characters. I also write down the descriptions of my characters, from the hair to the eyes to their figure, and I'm very descriptive on my character's description, like fiery red hair or glossy brown hair or something like that, and like piercing blue eyes or neon green eyes when I'm talking about vampires or something. Um, Stuff like that. Because you need to be able to visualize your characters. You need to be able to visualize who they are if they were real people. You need to make them talk like how a real person would talk. That's why I'm saying keep them as close to you as you possibly can because, it's your story. They're your characters. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when I'm writing a book, when I am starting to write a story, I'll have like 6 million different ideas coming at me. And one, like, I can listen to a song and go, oh my gosh, that would be such a good book, a good movie, or, a story or whatever. And I'll jot it down and I'll automatically start writing out the outline so that way when I'm done with one book and I'm ready to write that one, I'll already have everything done. Let's see, poetry. Poetry is a little bit harder because there's so many things that I like. Like with my poems on here, Strong, Dark Love, Hurricane Marina. Um, Dark Love was really easy for me because for the fact that I write romance novels and I like vampires. So that was a little bit easy for me, and plus my Dark Love is a pretty descriptive poem. Strong came from my recent breakup with my ex. Um, because, when things happen to people, they wonder why they happen. They happen to make you strong. I mean, because how are you going to go through life without having to deal with stuff? So stuff happens to you to make you strong, so that way, when a situation comes up, you can handle it. Sure, you have to be emotional, because if you're not, then you're just cold. You don't have any feelings, and that's not cool. So that's how I write my poetry. I stem it out from real life experiences or my likes, my dislikes, how I view life and stuff. That's how I can write because, a lot of my, when it comes to my characters in the stories, and my stories, they kind of stem from me. Especially my girl characters. My guy characters are kind of the guys that I would like to meet someday. So that's kind of like, my little dream coming true in a book. So, yeah. Um, what else can I talk about here? But yeah, like I said, if you want to write a story, automatically know. I mean, sometimes the title doesn't come right away, and that's okay. Just as long as you know who your characters are and what your story is going to be about. And sometimes the title comes in the middle of the story, or at the end of the story, or at the beginning. You know, just make the title as close to the story as possible. That's the way to go. I mean, because sometimes my stories will go out without, like the first book, my first story that I wrote. It went without a title for months because I couldn't figure out what to call it, and then it finally hit me, you know. So yeah, uh, it's just been a crazy night, you know. Crazy, absolutely crazy. From the games that we played with my friends and my brother and everything. Thanksgiving is coming around. Oh, I got an email, and for you Twilight fans, Friday, especially like the girls, watch the Tyra Banks show. Rob Patterson and Taylor Lautner will be on there on the Tyra show at 3 o'clock. Okay, whatever time the Tyra Banks show comes on for everybody, watch the Tyra Banks show if you like Twilight. Okay, because I will. Um, But yeah, just, when you write a story, keep it as close to you as possible. Keep the characters as close to you as possible. Make sure you can relate to your characters because it'll be really, really hard to write a story if you can't relate to your characters. Um, but that's all I have for right now. My weekend was pretty much what I just said, just hanging around the house with friends. That was my weekend. I'll have more this weekend because it's Thanksgiving weekend. So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.